evening, everyone, and welcome to the 6th annual Launch Expo!
Yeah!
We are so thrilled to have you here tonight. My name is Lorana Christensen, and it is my honor to be your Master of Ceremonies for tonight. For the next 2 hours, you will witness brilliance, creativity, and innovation, all brought to life by the incredible minds of the students right here. These kids have worked hard, dreamed big, and tonight, I get to show you what they're made of. To help set the stage for tonight, let's talk about the revolutionary school behind all of this, Launch High School. Launch High School is a place where students learn to take control of their education. With a focus on time management, self-discipline, and pacing that fits their individual needs, Launch helps prepare students not just for college, but for life. The school focuses on project-based learning, mentorship, and personalized education plans. Students don't just memorize facts. They build things, solve real-world problems, and collaborate like professionals. And honestly, they thrive. From StoryCon to Lagoons Physics Day to Teen X events, Launch students learn through hands-on experience to explore and express their creativity, their ingenuity, and their compassion for others. But most importantly, all the methods, projects, and moments enable Launch students to develop the character to innovate, improve, and impress.
Yeah!
Now, it's clear that this year at Launch High School has been full of growth, creativity, and momentum. And none of that would be possible without the voices, stories, and experiences from the extraordinary people who make this place what it is. So today, we're excited to hear from 5 speakers who each bring a unique perspective and message to share with us. Each one has something meaningful to offer. Whether it's a reflection on the journey so far, a challenge for the future, or a reminder of what makes Launch so special. Our first 2 speakers will be Quentin Hansen with a message on failure and Abigail Buckner with the first follower. Please welcome Quentin Hansen to the stage.
Woo! Come on!
I need to grab the clicker. That's the wrong way. Forgive me. At Launch High School, anything under 80% is basically a 0. Scratch that. It is a 0. And at first, I really didn't mind the system for about 2 weeks into my freshman year. Because here's the thing nobody can prepare you for when you come to Launch High School. You are going to fail. You're going to fail a lot. And with failure, you get to learn some new things. See, I'm failing my speech. With failure, you get to learn a lot of new things. I'm just kidding, I don't need that. And I hated that. I used to be a perfectionist. Used to. I'm not a perfectionist anymore. I hated failing tests, and I hated retakes. I hated putting so much effort into something and still not passing. And honestly, I think most of us did, if not all of us. We grew up in a school system today where failure feels final. You fail a test, your grade drops, everybody moves on, and you are left to learn how to accept your new grade. But at Launch, it's different. At Launch, failure follows you until you learn how to deal with it. At first, I thought that was brutal. I remember getting one of my first test scores back. So now we're going back to this slide. I remember getting one of my first test scores back under 80%. Yes, that is a 0. It's probably the worst grade you can ever get. And I remember feeling defeated. I remember questioning myself. But then I realized something. I realized Launch wasn't trying to teach us how to avoid failure, but instead is teaching us how to learn to deal with it. And as I looked at life, I realized life is exactly the same way. In life, plans change. People change. In life, businesses fail, athletes fail, relationships struggle, and life changes. Once again, it keeps changing. And nobody can get through life without facing adversity. It's just not possible. Most people try to get through life avoiding failure. They avoid taking risks. They avoid the hard conversations. They avoid trying something new because they are scared they might look stupid. And honestly, I think that's one of the saddest things a person can do. Because when you let fear stop you from growing, comfort becomes a trap. Comfort becomes your trap. Most people would rather stay stuck and comfortable than uncomfortable and grow. This clicker does not work. And I get that. It is hard to fail. Failure hurts your ego. Failure forces you to be honest with yourself, and honesty is hard sometimes. Failure forces you to look at your weakness. But at Launch, I learned how to thrive in the uncomfortable. I learned that failure is not the opposite of growth, but instead, it's part of it. Over the last couple years, I've had to learn how to adapt. Especially over the last month and a half. I recently got news after 6 concussions, you're not supposed to play contact sports anymore, and that was hard. It's a lot harder than I will probably ever admit again because I'm so stubborn. But it gave me an opportunity. It gave me an opportunity to adapt and to overcome. In life, you're going to face challenges. It's going to be hard and you're going to fail. I'm sorry if I had to break that news to you. Plans change. Life changes. You might be late to work. You might be late to school. I struggle with that one. You might have planned out your future and it changes. You might, driving down the road, your tire falls off. That one was the new one yesterday. But life changes. But it leaves you with 2 options. I'm asking you 2 questions. Are you going to let adversity define you? Or are you going to let yourself grow from it? At Launch, we fail. I promise you we fail a lot. But maybe the point was not perfection. Maybe the point was to learn resilience. And maybe the point was to learn how to deal with things when they do not go your way. At Launch, under 80% is a fail. But it also teaches you something important that most people never learn. Failure does not mean finished, and it does not mean it's final. Because most successful people who achieve their dreams, their goals, whatever they may be, are not the people who never fail. But instead, they are the people who fail, adapt, and overcome. Thank you.
Let's go!
We have all heard of a leader, and we have all interacted with leaders throughout our entire life. We've all followed leaders, and even some of us have stepped up to be the extra person and be the leader. We are taught that the most important person in the room is the leader, but I want to argue that there is one other person who might be more important than the leader, and that's the first follower. For those who don't know what I'm just gonna grab the clicker. Perfect. Yes, first follower. For those of you who don't know what the first follower is, he's a slight video that will help you understand. As you can see, there's somebody dancing here. And, he looks a little silly. We're kind of all laugh at him a little bit. And he gets his first follower. Once you get a first follower, that's what makes you a leader. And, it's going to go on. They're going to dance for a little bit. Just give it a minute. And after a while, you get the third follower. And once you have 3 people, you have a group. You have a movement. This is what starts everything. We're laughing at them, but just wait. Shortly after you get the third follower, shortly after you gain a crowd, more people join. And this is when the movement really starts. Now, for lack of time, we're not going to show the whole video, but at the end, hundreds of people join them, and all because one person was willing to look silly for a little bit. And because the first follower, nothing would have happened without the leader, but nobody would have joined without the first follower. The first follower is what makes a leader a leader. Let me tell you a personal example. When I was little, me and my brother were inseparable. We were always together, and we would just always have a blast together. But there was a clear leader, and being the little sister, that wasn't me. I was this little shadow, and I followed him around everywhere. You could always count on us being next to each other and doing everything together. He was a natural leader. People flocked to him. He didn't have to convince people to follow him. Everybody just came to him. And then there was me, who would always follow him around. I would be the first to second his proposals, take his side, and agree with whatever he was agreeing. And because he had a follower, more people wanted to be around him. It's easier to follow somebody who already has a follower. So when I was younger, I was known for being a very black and white thinker. I wasn't very creative. I didn't think outside the box much. When I would come up with something, it was always almost exactly how a book I had read or a movie I had watched was. And my brother was the exact opposite. He had the most creative mind ever. Because sometimes you might think that maybe the only reason for the first follower is to make the leader look good, but that's not true, because I learned so much from my brother, learning how to think outside the box just because I was spending time with him, because I was his little follower. As I got older and he got older, we started taking school more seriously. Started with him, and naturally I followed. And I decided that once I started schooling, I realized I could be my own leader, and that I could have my own my own voice. The first follower isn't less than a follower, but it makes the leader a leader. So don't be scared to be the first person to take a stand when you see an idea worth fighting for. Thank you.
Let's give one more round of applause for Quinton and Abigail. All right. As much as wisdom and all that great stuff is, great, I think it's time we have a little bit of action, okay? So, I hope you all brought your A game because things are about to get intense. Yes, we are having Shark Tank, or at least Launch's version of it, okay? We have a lineup of students that is ready to step into the spotlight, pitch their groundbreaking business platforms, and face our panel of expert entrepreneurial judges. These students have been working tirelessly, crafting and refining to make their case for why their business is the next big thing. And here's the best part. This isn't just for bragging rights, no. See, the pressure is on because the winners are walking away with cold, hard cash. So judges, get your pens ready. Audience, prepare to get impressed. For we have 3 businesses coming to pitch for us. Still Wandering, 7 Voices for 8 Children, and Forever Lily. Let the competition begin!
Hello, I am Gabe Pearson. And our goal together is to build a skateboarding community, to bring community not only into skateboarding again, but to make a strong community and a strong connection together. Alright, so this is our logo, as you can see. But the skateboarding industry in the past, I'd say 10 to 15 years, has become more of a corporate conglomerate for people to make money. Whereas in the 90s, early thousands, it was a lot based off of how can we bring community together? How can we be a strong family and have fun together while also having fun and being close to skateboarding? But recently, it's become more about money than it has been community, and that's where we come in to bring community back into the skateboarding industry. Now, judges, this is for you. These were also supposed to be here for you to look at, but sadly, due to shipping concerns, they were not able to get here in time.
This is going to be our first drop. We have our, sorry guys. This is going to be our first drop. We have a beanie, we have a t-shirt, and we have our custom grip tape over on the left. This is probably going to be in early July when we drop our Shopify shop and all that stuff. But yeah, that's about all the information we have for this.
Are there any questions from the judges?
Great. Before we get to questions, let me introduce our judges, if we can give them a warm welcome. All right, thank you. All right, we have Mr. Jason Vanderhoven from Chaffee here with us. Welcome, Jason. Mr. Richard Scoresby is the Director of Entrepreneurship here at SUU. And Shelley Hadley from Dream Vacations, over Dream Vacations here locally. And Celeste Lyman of Lyman Nutrition Consulting. Thank you. Thank you for our judges. So, judges, as you have questions, I'll be there with the mic to have you answer or ask your questions to our pitch competitors.
Who do you anticipate as your clientele?
Our clientele would be mainly skateboarders and people that are interested in skateboarding clothing. So that's our main goal. Our main goal is also people that like to skateboard, are interested in that culture as well.
What would the price of your products be, and what does it cost for you to make them?
So for the shirts, it's $15 to make them. The price is going to be $32, so we have it's enough profit to be sustainable too. Also for the beanies, it's going to be $25 on the website, but they are $20 today over at our booth in the marketplace. To make the beanies,
What's your cost on those?
the beanies, we got a bunch of them for $10 a piece, so it's probably like around $150 for all of them. We used the embroidery machine at launch, so there was no cost for that, at least for the prototypes. And the grip tape is $10 on the website.
So what was it that made you come up with the idea for this branding, and how does it connect to what your community is going to be? How's it going to represent your community?
So our main idea was last year in third quarter. I remember the teachers at the expo were talking about new machines that we could get, and embroidery machine was one of them. And so the thought that popped in my head was, well, that'd be cool to make a clothing brand. And then as that thought evolved, I was like, well, I like skateboarding. I like the community around skateboarding. Why don't I just make it into a skateboarding brand? And so these represent grip tape right there. You need grip tape to put on your skateboard so you can ride it so that you're able to do tricks. And so that's where our custom grip tape comes in. And beanies. Beanies have been very popular in the skateboarding industry, like in the past 5 years. And so we figured we just keep that trend rolling. And then the shirts, we figured they're basic t-shirts. Every brand has a t-shirt. And we kind of like the skeleton idea to run with. Yeah, so, sorry, you can't see it because it's pixelated. It's a Grim Reaper and a unicorn floaty. Yeah. And then, oh, these are mixed, that's okay. And then up there, and that one right there, it's a hitchhiking skeleton putting this button out. So. Do you have any other questions?
How do customers find you?
So we have a social media, if you can click next. So we have social media on TikTok and Instagram. And so we've been posting on there. Instagram has about 100 followers and TikTok has about 20. So we're slowly getting there, slowly but surely. And then we're also going to have a Shopify in later July that we will also be promoting for our social media.
How do you keep up with production as you get more customers?
I see. So in our Shopify, what we have is we go through a retailer that can connect directly to our Shopify. So whenever someone places an order, they can print for us, and they will also distribute it for us as well. So they're kind of the middleman that does all the dirty work, and yeah, so they will ship for us, and they will also print for us as well. Thank you.
Can we have some voices for your children come up, please?
I did a fuzzy thing, guys.
This is.
Oh no. Well, as you can see, my name is Callie Cohen. It is pronounced Cohen. Sick and tired of that. And this is 7 Voices for 8 Children. I'm going to take a couple seconds to thank my team. I would not be here. I thought I pressed the button. I would not be here without them. That's me. And I'm going to cry. They've done so much for me, and they've dealt with my mood swings and every terrible thing that I've thrown at them. And I love them all so much, so yeah. I love them. Okay, so what is 7 Voices for 8 Children? Oh, the font's wrong. It's okay. It is a musical about a woman named Ivy, and over 10 years, she's trying to have children and she's failing. Either they're miscarriages or they're born and they aren't breathing or something's wrong, and she's never had a child, and that is the only thing she wants. And one day she travels into the afterlife and she meets her children. So what inspired this was actually a lot of old musicals. I have old parents who raised me on old musicals. So 7 Brides for 7 Brothers, My Fair Lady, The Sound of Music, Chicago, stuff like that. All inspired this, from theme to costumes and music, all helped inspire this musical. Now, here's the fun part. I'm gonna ask you for things. There are so many ways you can donate without money. Whether it's fabric for making costumes, yarn for me so I don't go crazy, trinkets for our sets, maybe frames for our sets, advice, business, just your time even is lovely, and of course, a pack of Monster. Here's our goals. I really want to produce and perform this musical by late 2027, early 2028. February would be my sweet month, but I do understand that might not happen. It would mean the entire world and more and a bag of fries if I could get this done. Thank you so much. not scary. I don't bite.
What's the amount of total cost that you're looking to raise to produce it?
The cost is kind of high. I am thinking, if we're lucky, it might be either from $7,000 to $10,000, somewhere around there. Too expensive. A lot of money.
What age demographic is this intended for?
It is PG. There's no swearing. There's nothing like, whoa, what in the world? There's nothing like that. But there will be like deeper meanings. So a child can watch it and be like, yeah, that was pretty cool. And an adult can be like, watch it and be like, ooh, it was hard. It was rough. Hit me here. You know? I don't think I answered your question very well. I'm so sorry.
No, that works great. What venue are you anticipating or looking to use?
I would love to use the Heritage Theater, but I've also looked at Cedar High Schools.
So is the idea here that you're going to produce like a nonprofit? Is this for profit? What's the goal for you coming out of this?
I really want to take all the money we make from this, and I would like to donate to struggling mothers, whether they're mothers who have adult children or mothers with newborns. If they are like, yo, I cannot feed my kids, I want to help them.
Is this a one-time project, or do you intend to continue writing musical theater?
That depends on what I do in college, but I would love to keep doing this. This has been so much fun. Thank you so much.
Okay, we're getting really crowded in here. We do have some seats up front here. If you guys on the edges would scoot into the middle, just so we get everybody seated. We don't want you to have to stand the whole time, so please scoot in. Sorry to interrupt the pitches. You guys in the back, please come up. There's a lot of seats up here.
Hi. Sorry. It started off as a cute little craft stand because I like resin. I knew how to do bath bombs and thought it'd be fun. Sorry. But then me and my mom went to this cute little boutique and we found something called lotion drops. And basically it's pre-proportioned lotion that you can rub in your hands and it's nice. So I realized, hey, what if we make those? And so I did. And then I found out that the chapsticks aren't that hard to make either. So I made them. So we did a lot of prototyping for this, and I'm very excited. I hope to do farmers markets in the summer and eventually make my own little truck. And right now, the lemonade laws cover it because I'm 16, but I only have 2 years until I'm not. So eventually, if I could make this up and running, which would be a big project, it would be amazing. And I could sell way each year. Thank you. Any questions?
Lily, first question for you. What differentiates your product from products that are out in the market today? How is it different?
So my products are all natural, they're homemade, and they're good for your skin. And they're also cheaper than any other products out there. So.
What ingredients do you need and where do you source them?
So far it's Amazon. I need beeswax, mica color, and fragrances. I also need coconut oil and mango butter.
And what is the cost versus what it costs to produce?
So it's a boutique. The lotion drops for $15, and mine are $5. They're slightly less, but it's still
about 200 to 300% profit. So.
How are you advertising for it now?
So far, it's just word of mouth. But eventually, I do want to get social media up there. I'm not very big on that yet, so I don't have it yet, but that is the plan. Any questions?
So in this, who is your target market? Who are you looking to go after?
Mainly women, because we all use lotion, we all use chapstick. The hope is to soon go into cosmetics as well, because makeup's not cheap. But, so women and children, it is male friendly as well, gender neutral.
You've mentioned farmers markets, kind of boutique, local type of sales. Is there a plan to be able to expand that beyond the local community?
Yes, there is. So eventually I want to have stores. I want to have stores throughout the world. But I'm 16, so I'm kind of starting small. I do actually have a store owner who is interested in buying and selling my products. So. Yes.
Let's hear it one more time. These are our top 3 pitches for our Launch Expo students. I'll now recuse our judges just for a moment as we make a quick decision and then come back and award a winner. I don't know if you want to continue on with the 2 speeches and we'll be back with the decision. So yeah, judges, you'll follow me.
Intense, am I right? All right, let's give one more hand for our business pitches. They were so hard. All right, I think that's too much for you guys. We have to settle down. We have our final 2 speakers. First up, we have Ethan and Dylan Templin with the circulatory system, and Miriam Hunt with Start Before You Are Ready. Please welcome the Templin brothers up to the stage.
Throughout the last semester, Ethan and I took the same course. Biology, human biology, 1020. In human biology, 1020, we learned that the circulatory system cycles our blood cells for 120 full days. After that, it gets recycled by our liver, making our pee yellow and our poop brown. Although our red blood cells are constantly dying, it doesn't mean we lose the total amount of blood in our bodies. As the old blood leaves the system, new blood gets introduced. New blood, old blood. Throughout my time in high school, I followed the path that my sister Emily set for me. She would be ambitious in trying new things like theater and debate. This gave me a clear path to follow behind her. I think I've seen Dylan at school like 4 times. 4? Really? I feel like that's a bit much. You at least gave me a ride home once or twice. Oh, yeah. Being a freshman with a senioritis-stricken brother means I never really see him at school all that often. Although I haven't been at school for most of the year, it still left an impact, whether the impact be on the school or on Ethan. Having older siblings talk about their high school experiences and opinions set me up with a general understanding of what it would be like. The path ahead wasn't a mystery for me because you and Emily had already walked it. But Emily and I didn't have a path to follow. Emily had to forge her own path, and I followed the path she forged. I would stray off the path a little bit, but I never got too far away. Having older siblings gone through their whole time in high school set me up with an understanding of what it would be like. And next year, when my brother Mason joins me in high school, he can choose to follow me if he'd like. The circulatory system, but the high school version, lasts 4 years, and we're told to make it count. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. In this time, I'll be able to improve my Chinese skills, become a better singer and artist, learn math, science, English, and social studies to a higher level, start learning my 3rd language, and take whatever other classes I want along the way. In my time in high school, I learned that time goes by fast. What seems like forever for him was like that for me. In a moment or 2, I'll be graduating.
I'll have plenty of time to do clubs, extracurriculars, take concurrent enrollment classes, and many other things.
his path through high school is going to be different from mine, and that's okay because it gives us all something extra to do. In a 2024 high school survey, it demonstrated that showed that students demonstrated reduced involvement in school-sponsored activities, and with the percentage of students who dedicated significant hours to such activities declining. I was lucky enough to act my nothing of a freshman year. My sister Emily was able to convince me to join some of the extracurriculars she did. I did things like debate, theater, choir, and drawing. These are most of what I remember of my last 4 years.
I still did choir and drawing, but I also did things my older siblings didn't do, like Chinese, guitar, and animation.
Now, don't get me wrong, I did many of those things, but I didn't do as much as I had liked. I spent my high school life like a checklist, for better or worse. And you all have 35,040 hours. You all have had or will have 35,040 hours to make your time in high school count.
It's the perfect amount of time to learn how to use your time effectively.
And to those of you not in high school, you can still make your time count, whether that be through jobs, hobby, skills you want to develop, or anything else.
You have to learn what makes your time meaningful. In my time in high school, I'll be able to continue developing my interests.
And unlike the red blood cell, when I graduate alongside my peers, I won't be recycled and becoming a freshman. I'll be graduating, where I'll go to college and I'll learn to make my time count over there.
Won't you be a freshman in college?
I'll have enough credits to be a sophomore, but good point.
Not to sound too cheesy, but you really can do anything if you put your mind and your time to it.
Time keeps on slipping into the future. But we don't have to let it pass us by.
你会如何打发你的时间?
How will you spend your time? Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Miriam Hunt. I'm a sophomore here at Launch, and I will be talking about what happens when you start before you're ready. Have you ever wanted to try something that you were completely unqualified for? With a raise of hands? A lot of us. That was me this year. I wanted to choreograph a musical number for MTCA, a national musical theater competition where some of the best performing arts groups in the country compete. I had 2 obstacles in reaching my goal. 1, I had never choreographed anything before. And 2, we needed a full team, and 3 members of our team could not compete if we did not raise $5,000 in 3 months. Looking back at this now, those are 2 pretty big reasons why I could wait. But I could save up, I could take dance lessons, and go next year. But there was another option that sounded better. Figure it out along the way. For fundraising, me and my best friend, we stepped up to lead our efforts, and we're the top sellers at our farmers market and Christmas markets. We improved our pitch continuously, which resulted in us raising $6,000, $1,000 more than our original goal. At the same time, I was trying to figure out how to choreograph this dance. I studied dances, got a mentor to teach me about formations. I also looked at the skills of our team and adapted the moves to what they could execute on. I have tested over and over again to find combinations that told the right story while making our group look great. The results? We arrived at MTCA with a musical number that we were all excited to perform, and here will be a short clip of that performance. The judges said great choreo and super fun staging, and we shockingly got second place in our division. But the impact goes beyond the trophy. Because of our fundraising, 3 members of our team were able to come attend and compete with us. And without those efforts, we wouldn't have been able to compete at all. It also shows that a student choreographer with no formal training can create something that stands up on a national level. One thing I love about Launch is that we are encouraged to try things before we have everything figured out, and given the support needed to do that. As the design thinking process helped me dig deeper in parts of my project that I otherwise would have ignored. It also helped me because I wanted to try something new, and it gave me real world experience in both studying and doing. Because of our success, next year we are expanding our program to include student leadership opportunities in both directing, choreography, music, and production. And yes, the thing I learned the most from this is that you don't need perfect conditions. You just need to take ownership, learn fast, and adapt quickly. Not being ready isn't a reason to wait. When I started this project, I was nowhere near ready. But by the end, I had choreographed a number that placed among some of the best. And that's what happens when you start before you're ready. Thank you.
One more round of applause for our speakers tonight. That was awesome. Oh, that was so good. All right, now, awards. Scary. Now, before we start this section, for those of you that have these lovely little pamphlets, inside of this, there are names of people that have won the Mastery Transcript Awards, and more importantly, not more importantly, but like the Impress Arrests Award. I'd like to give a round of applause to those guys who got those awards. Those are really tough ones to get. We appreciate them for all they do. Very good people. Now, for the real stuff. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's safe to say that these kids are so talented and amazing at what they do. From consistently putting efforts towards moving on to the next class, to preparing for this expo. They have really shown us that they care about their education and their school. And what better way to show our appreciation than with some awards. We have many awards being presented tonight, including the infamous Impress Improve Award, Impress Award, the Innovate Award, and the almighty Rocket Award. Now, presenting these is someone who is truly a superstar. This man has been our principal for many years now and is still going strong with his passion for all of Launch High students. So, that being said, please give it up for the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Scofield!
That was a lot. Thank you for that. Am I missing the pitch? Are we going to present that first? Okay, let's do the pitch first. We can do that again in just a minute. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right. Well, we are excited to share with you the findings of our judges. Thank you, judges. Once again, round of applause for our judges volunteering their time tonight. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. To our 3 contestant pitches, they did a great job. Again, our finalists here tonight, wonderful job. One last round of applause for them as well. Our awards for tonight work as follows. We have a $50 just straight prize for our runner-up in this competition, and a straight prize of $100 for our winner. In addition to that prize, the winner also will have a meeting with investors afterwards to discuss startup costs and a potential investment in those startup costs to cover those pieces and further investment in their business. So we're excited to announce that the runner-up in tonight's competition is Still Wondering. Still Wondering. Congratulations, Still Wondering. Runner-up in our competition. And tonight's winner is Forever Lily. Forever Lily. Congratulations to our winners and to all of our wonderful pitches this evening.
Project of the Year finalists are Start Before You Are Ready by Miriam Hunt, 7 Voices for 8 Children by Callie Cohen, Launch Yearbook by Peyton Carpenter, Giotto Baccio, Hannah Ferrier, Preston Moten, Michaela Roberts, Wesley Taylor, and Matthew Young, Supporting Lavender by Malia Davis and Julicia Richter, I'm the Bee, a graphic novel by Aspen Dale and Jacqueline Huffman. New Branding for Launch High School by Reagan Dodds, Zoe Hardy, and Benjamin Marsteller. And Engines of War by Cora Reynolds and Ariana Spicer. Congratulations to those finalists. In third place, for their senior capstone project, Cora Ray Reynolds and Ariana Spicer and their Engines of War. In second place, Malia Davis and Julicia Richter for their project Supporting Lavender. And in first place, the 2026 Project of the Year goes to Miriam Hunt. These next 2 awards we don't normally do here, but we thought it would be a good idea. We have 2 medallions that we pass out to our rookies of the year for their achievements. Even though this Rookie of the Year is often ahead and rarely needs to stay for class, he always checks in on time for both class and study skills. In his interactions with others, he encourages them to work hard and excel. The bare minimum is not in his vocabulary, and he does everything to the most exemplary levels. For his book report this year, he chose the challenging book, Jane Eyre, and analyzed it with depth. He demonstrates integrity and respect in all that he does, and has been a joy to teach and work with this year. He's an outstanding leader and teammate, and we're confident that he will continue to have a lasting and positive impact at Launch High School. We are pleased to honor this Rookie of the Year, Nathan Goldthorpe. Come on up, Nathan. Where are you, Nathan? Come on up and get your medallion. Yeah. I'll take this. I'm sure you had a very good reason. The second one is the Rookie of the Year. This Rookie of the Year is as humble as she is diligent. Many of her teachers noted that she will not expect this award, although she deeply deserves it. In projects, she has lifted all her teammates and has led and collaborated with dignity and respect. She's patient and diligent with others and with the learning process itself. Even on difficult tests and assignments, she never wavers and always persists to mastery level. She is truly a design thinker who is always willing to try. She jumps into all tasks with a quiet strength and determination that lifts all of us. We are pleased to honor the Rookie of the Year to Kimber Moody. Kimber. All right. At Launch High School, innovation is not just a buzzword. It's a way of thinking, a way of working, and a way of solving problems. Each year we honor one student who embodies that mindset, not just in what they create, but in how they lead, collaborate, and elevate the work of those around them. This year's recipient has pushed above and beyond in a variety of worthy pursuits, from excelling in college courses, carrying out exemplary projects, and being a friendly face in the community at work. This student left an impact through her leadership and dedication, always prioritizing learning and excellence. She was a leader on her projects and in the classroom, consistently asking great questions to further understanding. She led class discussions to the highest levels and mastered the skills of research and academic writing. Of her many impressive accomplishments, perhaps the most significant was the way that she personalized her own education. She's actually a junior, but we always think she's a senior because she's finished all of her classes early so she could graduate a year early. For her senior capstone project, she developed an educational program to teach elementary age students about diabetes, utilizing her own personal experience to create an accessible and engaging curriculum that she presented in classrooms across our school district. For her innovative and dedicated approach to learning, and for her consistently using her skills to make our classrooms rigorous and our community stronger, we are proud to award the 2026 Innovator of the Year Award to Lillian Burr. Our Improve Award is not just about personal growth. It's about students who make everything around them better. These are the students.
You just spoil it. That's embarrassing.
We'll just rewind.
No one saw anything. You didn't see anything, right?
No one saw anything.
It's fine. I just have something to say about this individual. This year's recipient has been a quiet and steady force of maturity, excellence, and leadership. He completes assignments thoroughly and with depth. He raises the bar for behavioral and academic quality. In addition to excelling in college English courses at Launch, this student has participated in a prestigious writing conference, published a short story, and even took an additional unrequired English course just to improve his writing. He's always improving himself and his experiences. He took Math 3 in summer school because he was eager to start his college math. He took Math 1050 as a junior. Next year as a senior, he'll take SEU math classes online to keep moving forward. In projects, he has consistently been an outstanding leader and a valuable teammate. He was a member of the 2025 Project of the Year, participating in a project centered around creating videos to assist future launch students. And this time in his time on the Ultimate Frisbee project last year, he was greatly appreciated for helping his team to improve by encouraging them to slow down, work together, and make smart throws. This exemplifies his overall ethics and attitude at launch. In all that he does, he takes the time to do things correctly and, well, makes respectful space for all to excel and makes wise decisions. He's a respectful communicator and a dedicated learner and truly lifts all of launch. So yeah, that goes to Bracken Johnson. Bracken, come on up. Awesome. Did I touch this? Is that what happened? So it was your fault. Okay, just wanted to. This next student has impressed. Oh, there, the mouse. I saw the mouse moving. This student has impressed us all with his dedication to learning, his kind of professional communication skills, and his outstanding leadership. In all his academics, he consistently seeks to understand the material on a deeper level. In Math 1040, notorious at SEU for being a highly difficult class, he shows a deep understanding of statistics, not just through the answers he gives, but through the questions he asks. He does a great job of advocating for himself and reaching out for help when he needs it. Proving his dedication to academics, this student will be graduating with his GE certificate from SUU. This student is an exceptional leader and teammate and has exemplified all that is best in a launch student through his high-quality projects. As a sophomore, he was involved in the Project, designed to examine and improve the project structure at launch. This year, for his senior capstone project, he conducted a massive research campaign to guide an online educational platform and their improvement and development. He is achieving at the highest levels academically, and through his hard work, dedication, and maturity, he has earned a seat and a voice in spaces run by veteran professionals. We are confident that he will continue to improve and impress and shape our world in meaningful and innovative ways. This award goes to Dylan Templin. Our final award of the night is one of the highest honors we give at launch because it recognizes a student who truly embodies the heart, drive, and spirit of our school. The Launch Rocket Award celebrates a student who innovates, improves, and impresses not just once, but consistently and across every area of their time with us. This year's recipient has set a new bar in academic excellence and respectful behavior. This student is genuine, generous, gracious in all interactions, radiating a sincere kindness and goodness that has elevated the atmosphere at Launch High School. During his time here, this student has made his education meaningful and purposeful. He has been intentional and in shaping of his learning, utilizing every opportunity to grow, innovate, and improve. He's an outstanding leader and teammate and has worked tirelessly to develop his impressive entrepreneurial skills. His kind and professional demeanor has been an asset on his projects throughout his time at Launch, and his mindset of serving those around him was exemplified in his senior capstone project, which was focused on creating fundamental groundwork for a bookkeeping business, meant to save his clients time. He embodies design thinking by focusing on the needs of the people he is working with and seeking to help them in real and significant ways. This student has either tested out of or taken every college class available at Launch, and he will be graduating with his GE certificate from SUU. He excelled in Math 1050 and Chemistry 1010 this year. He's eager to understand. He has always asked clarifying questions. He works with others in class and helps others. Outside of Launch, this student is saving lives as a lifeguard at the Aquatic Center. He was also a region champion on the Cedar High swim team. For his unwavering excellence, his professionalism, his commitment to others, and the way he lifts all those around him, the 2026 Launch Rocket Award goes to Jonas Hunt.
Let's give one more hand to Mr. Schofield and the people who won awards this year. Now, this is the fun part. Now that we've done awards, it's time to go and explore all these fun projects you've been hearing about. All right, now just outside this room and kind of inside of here too, the marketplace and the project booths are officially open. Keep in mind that this isn't just a walkthrough. This is your opportunity to meet the students behind the innovation, learn about amazing projects, and most importantly, get hands-on experience with new opportunities. Now, before you go dive in and exploring, I have a little secret that's going to make your day even better. Soon enough, you're gonna get these super new fancy schmancy raffle cards. And here's how it works. As you walk around, you're gonna go and talk to these amazing students at these project booths and everywhere. It's gonna be so fun. And you're also going to get them stamped. Once you have all of those circles stamped, you can get fun prizes like gift cards to Costa Vida and All American Diner and Chili's, because we all know we love Chili's, and more. So, thank you so much for coming to the Launch Expo. We so appreciate you showing up for your students, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you.
And thank you, Lorana, for hosting this. This is so good. So good.
Oh, stop it.
Hey, as you go through the booths, we do have some outside. So as you're leaving, or if you want to go down there too, you're welcome to. But there are some food items down or outside that we don't bring the drinks inside. So there you go. Thank you.